Welcome to session 1 with me. I'm Joshua, and you're?
My name is Connor.
Welcome, Connor. We are going to be talking a little bit about wellness and nutrition, and we're going to have a couple of sessions together, roughly about an hour each. And in the first session, we're just going to go over exactly what we're going to be talking about through session 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. So, what do you feel in terms of wellness and nutrition? Like, what do you get from when you hear the term wellness?
Well, I mean, to me, wellness and nutrition comprises of spiritual well-being and physical well-being. So, like, are you not mentally stable, but are you happy? Are you physically fit, sort of thing, sort of like that. To me, it's quite simple. It's quite straightforward. You don't have to go into like a lot of detail with it. As long as you get the main point,
Okay,
you should be fine.
So that will be what we'll be discussing more about today. Day 2, we're going to be more about diet and nutrition. Day 3, we're going to talk about meal planning. Meal planning, I know you currently gymming and you have your own meal plan, so we'll discuss that more in depth.
Good.
We'll just sum over it today, but we'll discuss it more in depth in session 3. Session 4, we'll do a full in-depth discussion on wellness itself. Day 5 is going to be about negative impacts, so things that are affecting you and your wellness in general. And then session 6, we're just basically going to do what we're doing today, just summarize everything, see what we've gone through, what you've learned, and we'll see how effective these 6 sessions have been for you. So, like I asked you just now, your opinion or what you think of wellness. Do you know what the principles of wellness are?
Oof, I'm not 100% sure on that.
Okay, so based on the principles of wellness, you've got your state of health. Do you know what it's meant by state of health?
Just like not how healthy you are, but I mean, it could be physical and spiritual, like I said at the beginning. So it could just be, are you in a good state of mind, sort of thing, for spiritual or in your head. And then for for physical, it could be, are you fit, are you healthy, sort of thing, are you eating right, sort of, along those lines.
Along those lines, 100%. So the next thing would be lifestyle. With regards to lifestyle, do you think you live an active lifestyle, a healthy lifestyle?
Well, about 3 years ago, or about 2.5 years ago, well, after I finished school, I did take a gap year, and I got very bored after about 2 months, because I mean, there's not really much that you can do if you don't have a lot of money to go travel. So I was just playing Xbox and watching a lot of TV. So then my lifestyle was sedentary, and it wasn't a great lifestyle. And then I think towards March, April, I started gymming, and then I carried on gymming throughout till now, and it's definitely changed my lifestyle. I feel a lot healthier, I feel a lot fitter, I don't get sick nearly as much as I used to. I mean, the last time I was sick was probably 2 years ago, where I was like man down, other than like the occasional migraine. But I mean, apart from that, I think my lifestyle is quite a good lifestyle.
Okay. One thing you mentioned there is gym. So gym is a very good thing for most people. It's a stress relief or just a way to express themselves in a way that they can't interpersonally. So that's something that I like that you mentioned there. The next thing would be goals, actually. It's something that you need to have in mind, but I know a lot of people set goals but never really achieve them. Are you a goal setter?
I've never really been one to set goals. I'm not very creative, so I struggle to think of things that I can strive towards. So I mean, if I do set goals, it will be basic goals, just to eat better, to like gym or reach a new PB, sort of thing like that. It's not like, oh, I want to have this, and this set up by the end of the year. That, like I said, creativity to me is a big factor in setting goals, and I just don't have that creativity.
Okay, so your goals that you were talking about now are mainly short-term goals.
Yes.
Do you ever have long-term goals? I know you said that you didn't really set long-term goals, but do you ever think about long-term goals?
Not really. I mean, I'm quite a pessimist, so I believe that things can change very quickly. Like, I don't think that things will happen for a specific reason. Like, I believe take it day by day, because you never know what the future will hold. There's no point I personally believe there's no point in setting long-term goals, because something can happen and can completely ruin your goal. Something can happen and can put you above, and then you don't even have to worry about that long-term goal, because you basically set a new long-term goal. Like, say you win the lotto, and your long-term goal was to make so much amount of money in this year, but then you win the lot and you've made it.
Yeah.
Then what? You have to reset your goal. So you've been striving to that goal for so long, and then you have a new goal. So I just don't see the point of setting long-term goals. Medium-term goals, yes. I mean, it depends on what you classify as a medium-term goal. I mean, is 5 to 6 months. Some people classify a medium goal as a month or 2 months. It all depends.
Yeah, so personally, I classify a medium-term goal of 6 months to about 12 months as just a short, within the next year, basically. Whereas long-term, I'd say up to the next 5 years or so. But you say you were a very pessimistic person. Do you believe that actually affects your well-being?
Yes and no. Like, yes, obviously, if you're constantly thinking, oh no, you have to be realistic, you have to think about today and that's it. It can be a bit of a downer at times, like you can be a bit miserable thinking about it like that, but I mean, it's just the way I am, it's the way I've been, not brought up, but I mean, it's the factors around me that have contributed to me thinking like that. So, like I say, yes, it does affect it, but also it doesn't at times.
Okay, yeah. And again, you mentioned realistic. Is having a realistic mindset something that come over time, or is it just natural for you to be a realistic person over
like I said with my my pessimism, it's the factors around me that have shaped it. So like when I was younger, yes, I was optimistic, but everyone's optimistic when they're younger. They feel like they can achieve anything, they feel like they can do anything. But as you grow older, you realize that there are factors that will hold you back, and there are things or situations that you're put in where you can't change it, and that's going to affect your life the way you might not think it will, sort of thing.
100%. The next thing in the principle would be self-care. That's something that a lot of people struggle with. For example, not eating properly, weight problems, such as myself. I suffer from weight problems, but I struggle with self-care. Are you a person who seems to struggle?
Not as much as I used to, I guess. Mine kind of more goes towards self-esteem in terms of self-care. When I was in school, I suffered from acting quite badly, and it did make me feel like I was ugly. I wasn't part of the popular group, and that obviously does have an effect on you. But when I started gymming, it definitely put me in a more healthier lifestyle routine. I would eat better, I would drink more water, I'd do much more exercise, I would feel much more confident in myself and in my body. Like I was happy to walk around without a shirt on. Back about 2, 3, 4 years ago, I was I had a bit of rolls, and I was like, maybe I should keep that covered, sort of thing.
Okay. One thing that I liked there was a very positive thing that changed. The next thing actually is a positive approach. So what you've done now is actually linked up self-care and positive approach. Do you feel, like you say, because there was a sudden change, like after your exercise and stuff, that a positive approach is necessary for everything, or?
I wouldn't say it's necessary for everything, but it is necessary to have a positive approach for some things.
Yeah.
Obviously, if you're going to go into an interview sort of thing, and you're not positive that you're going to do well, you're going to bomb the interview, because you've already had it set in your mind that you're going to struggle, you're going to stutter, you're going to not do well in the interview. Yes, sometimes it might just be the nerves talking, but you need to have a positive mindset for some things. Like I say, it doesn't always have to be positive as long as you have it there when you need it.
100%. Next thing that we're going to speak about is holistic health, which is something you actually mentioned about with wellness, which is mind, body, and spirit. Do you feel you've set yourself up in terms of mind, body, and spirit?
See, the thing is, when it comes to mind, body, and spirit, I'm not a very spiritual person. Like, a lot of people see spirituality as a connection to God or a connection to anything that you see as spiritual. To me, that's never interested me. So I've never really set myself up for spirituality or to have a good spirit holistically. When it comes to, what's the other one, was physical?
Mind, body, and health.
Mind, body, and I mean, like we spoke about physicality, and so I guess I would link up to body. Yeah. And then health-wise, like I said, I've not been sick for a long time, and I believe that is because of the steps that I've taken in my gym, which has set me up to have a better holistic health.
Okay, so would you say the three are linked to each other?
Yes, because I mean, science or studies and everything has proved that they are linked. But I mean, a lot of people won't believe that until they see it firsthand. I'm always, I used to be, let me rather say, a person that I have to see it to believe it.
Okay.
But as I've grown old, I've trusted science a lot more there than what I used to. So I guess, yes, they are linked because science has said it's linked.
100%. The next thing is actually going to be the components of holistic health. So the first thing we're going to talk about is a bit on the body. So physically, do you feel you're at a stage where you want to be, or do you feel you can progress still?
See, the thing is with that, everyone wants to strive to be better. No one's ever really 100% happy with where they are body-wise. You can be ripped, you can be buff, but you always want to strive to be more. And that's a good thing, because it builds your determination, it builds your drive to do stuff. So in a way, yes, because I mean, I've worked hard to get to where I am. I've put in hours to get to where I am, but I have done a lot of things wrong with regards to gym. I took too long to up my weights. I didn't eat properly at first. And in those first 3 to 6 months is where you build your most muscle. And I didn't build as much muscle as I would have liked to. But I'm happy with my progress, but it could be better.
Okay. Two things that you mentioned there were determination and drive. Pretty much the same sort of thing. Would you say that links with mental health in terms of like you need a strong mental health to have determination and drive?
I wouldn't say you need a strong mental health to have determination and drive, but it does play a factor. Okay. So, like, obviously, if you, let's say you're down on one day, you just want to go into bed and sleep, or go to your room and watch TV or something. You don't want to be around people. You don't want to do stuff to like make you feel better that day. So, with regards to that, yes, it does help to have a strong mental health, because if you are in a good state of mind, you want to do stuff. And the better your state of mind is, the more you want to do.
True. Next one is actually spiritual. I know you don't really enjoy this sort of topic, but yeah. It's something, do you feel you can work on to benefit yourself, or do you feel that it's a waste of time for yourself personally?
It's a bit of both. Like, I mean, I don't see what it would benefit or how it would benefit me, sort of thing. So yes, obviously I would like to work on it. Everyone should work on themselves to make themselves a better person. And if that's going to help me be a better person, then obviously I'll work on it. But I personally don't see the benefit of it, so I don't see a point in working on it, really.
Okay, that makes a lot of sense. The next thing is your nutritional health. So something that I see you really enjoy is nutrition, setting up yourself for food and stuff. Like you say, you used to struggle with it, but now that you've got your mind to it, you're actually thriving more with nutrition. How do you feel you can better yourself, or do you feel you're at a stage where everything's going perfectly?
Like I said previously, you can always strive to be better. You can never be perfect at something, or you can never be the best at something. There'll always be someone who is working harder to get above you. So with regards to where I'm happy with where I am, I enjoy, like you said, I enjoy setting up nutritional guides. I enjoy seeing, this has this much calories, and I need to eat this and this and this to reach that goal. It's just, I'm not a numbers person, but that part does quite talk to me in a way. So it is quite fun.
Okay.
And I do like eating. I like food. So
everyone.
It's quite a benefit to like food when it comes to knowing what to eat and how to eat. And you can always find, like, say, okay, you say you eat a McDonald's Big Mac, that's like 700 calories.
Okay.
You can do a healthy alternative with just as much calories and not pick up the weight that you would from the Big Mac. And that to me is just amazing. I think that link that you can get between the two is always just so rewarding when you figure out, okay, no, this is much better to eat. And then you put that into your diet plan. You work that in as much as you can, because it's something, especially if it's a meal that you enjoy. Like, I'm a lover for burgers and chips, but it's not the most healthy.
Yeah.
I like pasta, which is brilliant for bulking because it's got carbs, your proteins, and everything that you really need. So when I found out that pasta has a very similar amount of calories as burgers and chips, I was so happy, because then I could eat pasta, I could eat lasagna, spaghetti, everything that I really like. I'm a big lover for pasta.
Okay, 100%.
Okay, so like I feel like my communication skills are very good, but I mean there are skills that I could definitely work on, such as self-control sort of thing. Like if I see a bar of chocolate, I want that quickly. I eat, back in when my parents used to buy me chocolates, I'll eat them straight away. My will against chocolates is very bad. That's a good snack for me. I really enjoy them basically.
Okay, 100%. Next thing we got here is, do you believe wellness equals staying fit?
Explain.
Physically. So basically, do you feel that being physically fit is the same as having a good wellness, like in terms of you in the place where you need to be just because you're staying fit?
It all depends on how you describe wellness or what wellness means to you. Personally, that's how I see it. Wellness equals being physically fit. There is a connection, yes, because obviously, like I said at the beginning or towards the beginning of the session, if you're in a good state of mind, you'll want to exercise or you'll want to do stuff. If you're not in a good state of mind, you don't want to do stuff. So yes, there is definitely a link, and yes, I do believe that it can help, but I don't think it's like tight.
Go hand in hand.
Yeah.
100%. Next thing is something that you actually mentioned during this conversation earlier was about your chocolates. It's unhealthy lifestyle choices. Chocolates is something that you can eat, and as long as you eat in moderation. But do you feel like that's one of the things that are your kryptonite, so you can't say no to it?
That's my guilty pleasure, chocolate. That and Oreos, those are my guilty pleasures. Like I said just now, when my parents used to buy me chocolates, I would eat them straight away. I don't know what it is. I think it's just it tastes nice, so I just want to eat it. And obviously with the fact that you, like say, chocolates are unhealthy, and eating them in moderation is very important. I didn't do that. At one point, I was having a chocolate every second day, basically.
Oh wow!
Every time my parents went to spa, they would give me a chocolate. I actually had to tell them physically, no, stop buying me chocolates, otherwise I'll keep eating them, and then I'll get fat. And I don't want to get fat. I can't be fat if I want to be a personal trainer. So I had to put my foot down, and that's why I said I can work on my will against chocolates, but it's difficult. My self-control against chocolate, but it is difficult because I do really, really like chocolate.
Yeah, 100%. So something that you mentioned there was about weight gain, getting fat. The first point that I've actually got here under unhealthy lifestyle choices is overeating. Do you feel there's times where you overeat, but in a way, not in a way that like you're just eating more than normal, like in a way that you're scoffing things down, you just don't have control over what you're eating?
I wouldn't say I don't have control over it, but like on Christmas Day, my mom made sausage rolls, like as a snack. It's just finger food. And she cut them up in half, and I ended up eating almost 7 sausage rolls. Now, I mean, they aren't the big, massive, normal size. They're like half. But I mean, I still ended up eating like 7 sausage rolls. That's bad. I guess it was because of this occasion. It was Christmas, and you obviously do tend to eat more on Christmas. But like, after a bulk as well. I mean, you're so used to eating 3,000 calories, 3,500 calories, then to drop it down to 2,017. It's a massive change, and your body's so used to eating every 3 hours, every 4 hours, and now to go 6 hours without eating, that is difficult. You feel like your stomach's going to implode because of the growling and the eruptions that are happening in your stomach.
True. Okay, so you mentioned that you, for example, you use Christmas as an example of when you were overeating. Is it a situational thing? Like, do you only do it that sort of times, or is it an all-round general thing for you?
I'd like to say that it's only that time, but I mean, I'd be lying to myself. I'm currently on a bulk of specific foods, of the specific diet, I should rather say. I started off very well. For like the first 3 weeks, I was only eating that and sticking to it. And then it was my birthday on the 22nd, which obviously, 22nd of December, so I did cheat that day because it's my birthday. I don't eat strictly. I only eat what I want. And then 3 days later was Christmas. So I mean, during the 22nd to the 25th, my diet kind of went up and down. I wasn't following it, like one day I would follow it, the next day I would eat whatever I want, the next day I would follow it, sort of thing. And obviously that's not really a good thing.
Yep.
But situational, if you can count a week as situational, then yes. If not, then I need to work on that.
Okay. Next thing is actually something that's a bad habit for most people, and that's smoking and drinking.
Oh. Smoking, I can't stand it. I hate the smell. Drinking, around friends, yes, I do drink. I have had one too many a few times, and that's probably not a good thing to say, but it's truthful, and I mean, I feel like you have to be truthful in these sort of sessions. So, my thing against smoking, I mean, that's fine. I'll never smoke. It doesn't interest me. It doesn't do anything for me. I know it's a stress reliever for some people, but I personally don't see it like that. And I mean, I find it very unattractive when a girl smokes. So it'd be very hypocritical for me to smoke.
Yeah.
So, and the fact that, like I said earlier, I'm going to be a personal trainer, I know the effects that smoking has. So why would I know that and still smoke? It just doesn't make sense.
Very true. Yeah. Next thing up for unhealthy lifestyle choices is no exercise. That's something, again, a lot of us are guilty of, not exercising or doing minimal exercise. Do you believe that no exercise is an unhealthy lifestyle choice?
Yes, definitely.
Why?
Because exercise, like, it boosts your confidence.
Okay.
You feel more comfortable. It does so much for your body. It makes you feel more comfortable, makes you feel better. It has so many health benefits. Reduce stress, reduces heart attack chances. It's just a really good thing that you can do. And you only have to do it for 45 minutes every second day. It's really not that bad. I mean, find something you enjoy, such as, if you enjoy cardio, go for a run. If you enjoy weightlifting, go to the gym. You can find something that you enjoy and then just do that. It's very easy to find something that you enjoy.
Yeah, that's very true. And when it comes to people who use excuses, such as myself, for example, how do you feel as wanting to be a personal trainer when people tell you, oh no, I don't have time, or oh no, it's too early? Yeah. What do you feel? Because it's something that's...
I feel in that situation they lack determination. They lack the drive. But I mean, it's understandable. Like, yes, after a 7, 8, 9 hour shift, you don't want to go gym. You don't want to wake up too early if you know that you're going to have a 9-hour shift. But like Arnold Schwarzenegger said once in a press conference or in a TED talk, whatever it was, you only need 6 to 8 hours of sleep. So that's out of a 24-hour day, you still have 16 hours. Of those 16 hours, say you have a 9-hour shift, you still have 7 hours. Yes, you want to relax. Yes, you want to spend time with friends, play Xbox. But I mean, that's not going to take you 6 hours. Yes, it might take some people 6 hours. But I mean, take an hour out of the day. Go for a walk.
Yeah.
Go for a run. Go gym. It's understandable why people don't. But it only takes a week to build a habit. And once you're in that habit, you'll be fine. It will become second nature to wake up at 6 to go gym. That's how I started gymming. I woke up early in the morning because I didn't want to gym throughout the day. I'd always think of excuses. Later on in the afternoon, I'm tired. Yeah. I'll gym tomorrow. One day is not going to make a difference. So I started waking up at 6 in the summer to go gym. And that put the drive, it built up the confidence. It put the habit into my head of waking up at 6. I would, after about 2-3 months, I would wake up before 6. I would wake up at 5:30. Lie in my bed, wait until 6 so I can go gym. I'd look forward to gymming.
Okay, that makes a lot of sense actually. The final point that I have here for unhealthy lifestyle choices is cleanliness actually. Cleanliness is something that, again, people struggle with, some of us.
I struggle with. Yeah.
I don't know what it is because, like you said, mentioned, or like this whole topic is about, it's unhealthy to not be clean. I know some people, for them, cleanliness could be showering or something, but overall cleanliness, washing your hands, hydrating yourself, cleaning out your body. So I don't mean on a physical cleanliness, but cleanliness in general.
So like you're having your chakras and that sort of thing.
Yeah, 100%.
Obviously with the situation currently in COVID, it's definitely improved a lot of people's cleanliness. A lot of people wouldn't wash their hands after they'd used the bathroom. A lot of people wouldn't wash their hands just in general because they saw it as obsolete. It was redundant. Mm-hmm. It wasn't necessary. But obviously with the fact that COVID's it, we need to stay clean. We need to have a good, what's the word I'm looking for? I can't think of the word, to be honest. We need to be clean. We need to be in a good hygiene. That's what I was looking for. We need to have good hygiene.
Yeah.
Because the virus loves bad hygiene.
Yeah.
But I'd like going back to your question. My cleanliness is a fact that I can work on. That I do struggle with it at times. But that's just the way life is. It's just, I think it's a generational thing.
Okay.
Like, I know a lot of my friends say they won't go out on the Saturday. They won't shower the Saturday. They shower on Sunday and then go back to school.
Okay.
Or they won't shower on the Friday after they come back from school and shower on the Saturday instead. I think it's just, you're tired. You don't want to jump in the shower. Even though it's going to take you 5 minutes, if that, to shower.
Yeah.
It's definitely something I can work on. I would love to be able to wake up and brush my teeth first thing in the morning. The thing is, with the kind of diet I'm on, I wake up, I eat, and then I go gym after I eat. So sometimes I only brush my teeth at 11:30 in the morning, and that's not a good thing. It's something that I need to work on. But I can't brush my teeth and then wait 30 minutes to eat.
Yeah, that makes sense.
Because then my whole schedule's out, my whole gym schedule's out, everything's out, my diet schedule's out. On days that I work, I'll brush and then eat because I don't have to gym. I'll be at work, so I'll eat, then I'll finish eating, go wash my bowl, go upstairs, brush my teeth,
Okay.
and then go to work. So it all depends on your day, and your daily routine, I guess, does play a big role.
Okay, 100%. So I think we've spoken quite a bit about wellness now. Let's move a little bit over to nutrition. So the first thing that I've written down here for nutrition is the different food groups. What would you say the 5 big food groups are?
And on the spot, yeah. I know 3 of them. No, I don't. So it's fats.
Yeah.
It's protein. It's carbs.
Yeah.
I'm starting to be a personal trainer. This before. Dairy. No, not dairy.
Dairy.
Yes, dairy.
You're forgetting the big one.
Veg.
Vitamins.
Vitamins.
and minerals.
Same thing.
Yeah.
Not really, but yeah.
Yeah, but so that's the big 5 groups. Do you feel that something that scientists really came up with, the food pyramid, do you feel that you should live by the food pyramid? So limiting your fats and increasing your carbs?
See, the thing is, there's different food pyramids all over the world. I mean, I know there's a Caribbean food pyramid where they eat mainly fruits and veg, and then they have red meat once or twice a month only.
Oh, wow.
Like, I can understand why they do that, because that's their lifestyle. They constantly it's always sunny there, basically. So they know that they won't lack the vitamin D. Vitamin D. So they don't have to eat vitamin D rich foods or vitamin D foods that are, foods that are high in vitamin, like vitamin D rich foods. So it all depends on where you stay and the availability of the foods.
Okay, yeah, so I completely agree with that. Do you believe that portion sizes are actually important?
Yes, very much so.
Very much so. Explain to me, because you were quick to answer that one. So,
See, I'm going to go back to bulking. Portion sizes in terms of, a lot of people, like, I'm currently eating 3,000 calories.
yeah,
I've divided it by 5 portions.
okay,
And if you eat all at once, like say you eat all 3,000, which I mean, if you do that, then my word, you can eat a lot. Because I can barely eat 700 calories at one sitting. But with regards to bulking, if you split 3,000 by 6 meals, that's 500 per meal. It makes it feel like you're eating a lot less, which is a good thing, because then you don't want to overeat.
Yeah.
And then with regards to a person trying to lose weight, and say they're quite big and they're starting to eat salads, don't overflow your plate with salads. You're going to get so bored of it.
Yeah.
Start small and then progressively get bigger. Don't stack your plates up. It's just unnecessary. Just there's a plate divided into 3: carbs, fats, protein, or carbs, more carbs, protein. It depends on obviously what your diet is.
Yeah, 100%. Then just the last point that we're going to touch on a little bit here is a food diet. Do you have your own food diet?
I use MyFitnessPal, but only when I'm bulking and cutting. Otherwise, I'm not really worried about it, because I kind of know how many calories I eat now. I've studied enough of I've eaten those foods enough to know how many calories there are in it, sort of thing. So yes, it is important. If you're starting out with say you're starting out a bulk and you don't know how many calories are in there. So you need to figure out, okay, this is this many, this is this many, this is this many, and that will give you this much. So yes, it is important. But if you're a veteran sort of thing on it, then it's not necessary because you know how much you're eating, you know how many calories are in there.
That's also very true. Okay, so that'll bring us to the end of our session. Just before I let you go though, I just have a little bit of homework for you. This is just going to be so that you basically have something to do for prep for the next session. We'll go through what it is, and then in the next session we'll actually just have a look at it. Because we're talking at the end about food diaries, I'd just like you to make a 3-day food diary for me. Bring it in, we'll assess it and see how that goes. And then we can see where you are in terms of your food diary and what adjustments you can make, if there is any, or what you feel you can improve on. So,
well, I'm currently on a bulk, so I'm basically eating the same thing day in, day out. But I'm open to adaptations and change because it can get boring eating the same thing day in, day out. And like I say, I would like to make some adaptations to it. So
yeah. So we'll do that. 3 days of 3 different things. That's all I need from you for the next session.
Okay.
Then we will be seeing you on Tuesday.
Yeah.
100%. Thank you very much. Enjoy your day further.
You too.